What's going on, you guys? This is Hyperion-Blue-GT. It's time to get ready for the manufacturer series on Gran Turismo Sports, so looks like it's time to get ready to get started. So, after we've taken 10 rounds of the preseason, now it's time to do the real deal, and this time, the first round of the race is going to be at Autodromo De Interlagos, and we'll be using Group 4 cars for 9 laps of this race, so this is going to get very excellent to be able to get started. So, I hope that this is going to be quite very excellent, that this is going to be given a good tire rating is going to be on the racing hard tires. So, this one might be getting a good ways to be able to get started, so I hope I might be able to give a good chance to get ready to use the Corvette C7 Group 4, and this will might get excellent to be able to get started. So, I'm glad that the series of the manufacturer series preseason is definitely might be going success, but in case if you really want to watch the 10 rounds of the preseason, so feel welcome if you like, but this is going to be able to have the moments that this one might be able to get ready. So we'll have to be prepared, and we'll have to do the best we can that this one might be able to get a good improvement to have our driver ratings, that this is going to be important. I can't say that this is quite very good, that the preseason is definitely takes a lot of practice, that this one might be prepared. So this time, it's going to be the official deal that this one might get prepared for one good race. Now, this is going to be able to have a recommend settings that this is going to be getting ready to go. So, good thing that this is going to be able to have a good luck message to take the good, excellent hot lap to be ready. We'll make sure this is going to be able to have to look forward to the start of the 2019 manufacturer series, because this is going to be quite very excellent to be able to get ready. This one might prepare for anything, because this one might get chances to be able to stay improved, so this one might get better whenever we can. So right now, racing on Interlagos circuit is going to be quite very challenging, that we might be able to get a good improved hot lap. So this is going to be able to take a lot of field practice, that this is going to be able to take a lot more chances for. So this one might be able to get a good start of this run, and then the double cones is going to be quite very important. So better make sure don't try to perform on the outside corner. Do the inside corner is definitely important. So we'll make sure that this is going to be quite very challenging to do the event. That this is going to be quite very simple, that this is going to be able to take a few other circumstances to be able to take a lot of improvement. So whenever you're going to use any types of transmission, automatic and manual, we'll make sure this is going to be able to have the best choice to see how it goes out, because this is going to be quite getting the good chances that this one might be ready for having a one good Group 4 race on the start of round 1 of the manufacturer series. We might get everything going on for it. Now, it's going to get pretty easy and pretty simple, that this is going to be able to take a lot of more chances to be able to get for it. Now, it's going to have to take a lot of inside turns, so this one might get pretty lucky to be able to take a lot more improved turns, so 12 of the apex is definitely might be getting the good ways to go. Alright, this is going to be able to take a lot of you other practice, since you already took the free practice before. Today is going to be quite very excited, and this is going to get pretty one good way to be able to get everything going. So right now, 1 minute and 42 seconds is going to be starting up on the clock, because this is going to be able to take a lot of more ways to get through, and then this will might be able to have gap distance. We'll might prepare ourselves, so we'll make sure this will might drive fast as possible. So we'll make sure we'll might be able to have a good improved lap time to be able to beat 1 minute and 40 seconds for our time limit. So we'll make sure this one might be able to stay safe, and then this one might get focused whenever we have to do it. Now, I hope that this is going to be able to take a lot of extended amount of duration of this segment video. So this one might take an hour until this one might get everything ready. Because looks like this is going to get pretty lucky simple that this is going to be able to take a lot of few turns of this race, that this is going to get very challenging to be able to get in, but inside is going to be quite very hard to perform. Just make one good aim, and then this is going to be able to take a lot of hard turns that this is going to be able to improve. It also decreases significantly that this will might give a good shown on the numbers on the blue. The blue is good for giving a new improved lap time. Red means needs to have a lot of work to do. Okay, new lap time for a fresh start. Then, nope, just don't want any spin outs for this moment, because this is going to have that practice to spare. Now, looks like without the ghost might be needed, so gap distance numbers to be able to get a good check on it, and this will might come in handy. So it's going to be giving a little bit much more possible ways to be able to get a good improved lap time. So it's going to be able to take a lot of work to be able to get ready. Alright, there you go. On the blue, it's going to get pretty calm and simple to be able to get everything to work fast. Just stay on it, because a minute and 41 seconds is definitely might be going in and going difficult tougher for it. Because I hope that this is going to be able to take much more practice by a few other days until maybe this is going to be able to take the next round. But it's going to be able to take a lot of patience whenever we have to. Now, it's just going to give the brake balance to give a good, well adjusted that might need to have an extra support. So, go for a new lap and let's get everything going. Okay, looks like this is going to be able to take a few other gap distance to be shown, so it's definitely decreasing slowly. Just going to have to work fast, and then this is going to get very closer to do it. Okay, that part of that turn is going to be very roughly, so we have to be very careful, because this is going to be able to cause a penalty to be occurred. So I just want to make sure this is going to be able to take a lot of few more moments until if we might be able to have a good clean race. So better to make sure to avoid the penalty is important. So we'll make sure this is going to be able to have a one good clean race that this is going to be taking a lot of good chances for. So maybe each other every race on online championship event. So just going to be very excited to do a little commentator role, that this is going to be quite giving the good moments to be able to see how the race is doing. Well, top ranked drivers is definitely might be okay, because they did a lot of pretty hard work to get everything done for them. So right now, this is going to be able to take a 10-second rush. After that final turn is going to be quite giving a one quick simple that this will might need it to do a little important run to go there. So I hope that this is going to be able to take a lot of more pressure work, that if this is going to be able to take a lot of more ways to go for. But make sure that the penalty line is definitely used for only one line for owning a track, because this is going to take a lot of work to get everything needed. So whenever it's going to be having a mistake occur, we'll have to make sure this is going to be very exercise caution, that we just really don't want to take that corner very widely on the outside on the green step. So this is going to be able to take a few obstacles for us, that this is going to be able to take a little bit chances to be able to land on the apex. It's very hard to do it, but it's going to be able to take a lot of turns to be able to get everything going. Okay, just gonna have to do it until just gonna have to go and grab a new hot lap until this is gonna get everything needed for, because I hope that this is gonna be quite very excellent to get everything going on for. Okay, plus gap means going up ahead, and this is gonna get very slightly difficult. Well, just always giving a little or giving a little bit slightly focused, but complaining doesn't help. But all we have to do is to stay focused for having a one good race whenever we can. Now, looks like this is going to get pretty good to be able to get a good moment to be able to have a fresh start. So it's going to be very slightly difficult after taking it downhill on the first turn. It's going to be quite very roughly, so it might be able to have enough speed to be able to gang up on a new fast lap that this one might goes in. Now, it's going to be taking a lot more chances to be able to get going, and then just make sure land that apex whenever you're going to get the chance to be able to keep up while you're staying on the throttle. Alright, this is going to get very roughly to be able to stay on it. And then this is going to be able to have a braking point to take on double hairpins. It's going to be quite as possible. Okay, giving a good perfect step, and then this is going to be able to take the apex. Will might get through, and this will might get very closer to be able to keep up on it. I hope my in-sport tech library is definitely might be getting ready to be prepared for, because this is going to be able to take a lot of more hard work to be able to get ready. Now, looks like this is going to be able to take a lot more better to keep up on this pace, and this is going to be quite very closer, but it's going to be able to have the same time with a different point seconds has definitely might going on for. Alright. Looks like this is going to be quite okay for a new better lap time, because I hope that this is going to get very closer to be able to keep up on it, because taking downhill is going to be quite very roughly, that this is going to be able to be very cautious. Now look at it go. This is going to be quite very quickly to be able to go on for it, because this is going to be quite very excellent to take everything going, because taking a lot of fast gaps, and then this is going to get pretty simple to quicker up on it. Now it looks like this is going to be quite getting the good double ways to be able to check the corners on the cones on it. So this is going to be able to check the gap, and this will might get everything straightened up on the get-go. This fast lap might be getting good improved, so this is going to be able to do a little bit quickly on it. And this is going to be quite very excellent to take a minute and 40 seconds for this race for giving a one good hard practice to take the chance. Now, looks like this is going to be going down on the hill, and then take that turn, and then this is going to be able to stay on it, partially maintain on the throttle, and this is going to get closer. Just want to have a 0.5 second gap, and this is going to get everything going. Alright, there you go, a minute and 40 seconds. This is going to get pretty challenging up for taking 7 consecutive top laps for this practice, and this is going to get everything going. So I hope that this is going to be quite very excellent to be able to take a good minute time to be able to get everything going on for. So looks like this is going to be quite very excellent to be prepared for having a one good race to begin with. So just going to make sure this is going to be able to take a lot of more time to be able to join in session, because this is going to get very excellent to be able to get in for taking a lot of hard practice to go for. So I hope I'll be able to get ready to join in session for this race, and this is going to be quite very exciting. It's quite challenging to be able to get ready, so looks like all about having a one good race. So this is going to be good, and looks like this is going to be able to have certain drivers join in, usual drivers welcome as well, and this is going to be quite getting started for this race. So looks like we have OT Danny GT here with his Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG Group 4. That could be getting everything started out for it, because looks like this is going to get very lucky that this is going to be a first start of a Group 4 race. So this is going to get everything started out for having a one good opportunity that this one might be ready to go, and we'll make sure this is going to get everything worked hard, that we might be able to have a one good excellent qualifier for this race, that this might get prevail, and giving the one good golden first place race, that this might get everything step up on it, because this is going to be very challenging, that if we might be able to have a chance to do it. So let's just kind of have to sit back and wait until all the players are about to get ready. So let's do for one good warm up on this race, and this might get ready, because I hope that this is going to be a one good race, and this might get everything worked up on it. So let's go and get out, and then this is going to be able to have a 2-minute warm up that this might get started. Alright, just going to have to take the follow-up line, and then this is going to be quite very settled to be able to get started. Now, it's going to be quite very roughly that this is going to be able to have a full flying corner that we might be able to go for. Gummy Ice Tea says, look at those Chevrolets and Porsches. Okay, well, we all do have Chevys and Porsches in the race. That could be quite very excellent, and looks like different car library as well, and this is going to be quite everything going on to get settled to be able to have a good race. Now, looks like just going to have everything on the radar that this might give a good check on it. So it's going to be able to take a lot of few other turns, that this is going to be quite very tricky while we race on the Interlagos by using Group 4 cars. So we'll make sure this is going to get pretty better, that this is going to be quite getting the good fair standard competitive use. That we'll make sure that this is going to be able to get everything ready. Okay, looks like King Sip is here with his Porsche Cayman GT4 Club Sports. Well, can I say that this is going to be quite very excited that this is going to be able to go for. Alright, so looks like the warm-up is complete, so let's go for a qualifying time for 10 minutes. This is going to be quite very excellent, folks, so looks like if this is going to be able to have to take 9 laps for this challenge, this might get very excellent to be able to have a good challenge to be able to go for. Now, let's go and hit out, and then this might get everything going on for one good qualifying race to be able to get started. So, just gonna have to use it very wisely to be able to take a good auto drive, but, well, it definitely might be embarrassing to see it through. So, just gonna see which one of us is about to be able to go and hit out, so it could be quite possible to have one good single file line, but it's okay for that. Let's go and beat the qualifying time until this is going to be quite getting ready. Now, this is going to be able to get everything prepared for, so taking oversteer car for taking the attempt is going to be quite giving the usual ways to be able to get in for, because it's going to take a lot of hard work to get in, to take a good improved fast lap time. Taking a minute and 40 seconds is going to be very hard to perform a one good excellent hot lap. So if this is going to be able to have to do better, if this will might get to better good hard work to be able to get everything ready. So looks like this is going to be quite very good for this first round of the race. Chevrolet versus Porsche. The most challenging race in round one is going to be quite very excellent to be able to get started for. So we'll make sure this is going to be quite giving the good clean race as the usual. So this one might get better, and even if possible that the other opponents might be coming in very closely. So just going to make sure to stay on it, and then, well, could be able to have to take a lot of slipstream that this is going to be quite giving the risk. So here we go. Qualifying time starts now, and this is going to get very excellent to be able to get ready, because this may take a lot of hard work to get everything worked up, and this will might get everything going. And even that this is going to be able to have to take 2 other segments on the championship events on YouTube, will might get everything entertainment or giving a good support for it, as this will might get everything better. Now, looks like this is going to be quite going closer for it. Single cone will might take a little bit few slightly braking points. It's going to be taking a little bit less, but giving a little bit heavy on the double cone is going to be important. I hope my strategy is going to be taking a lot of hard work to get everything better. Alright, just going to get a little bit much more speed push, and then this will stay on it. I hope that this is going to be quite very tougher to stay on the usual ways, but it might be possible to be able to work hard as possible, but it's going to have to take a lot of concentration to stay on the scales so it might get better. Alright, looks like a minute and 41 seconds. That could be the first set of the call, and this is going to be able to have a minute and 42 seconds. So, looks like this is going to give the usual ways to get started. Just going to have to work hard, and then the first turn is going to be quite very advanced, that this one might get better to close on for. So, here we go. Let's see, a minute and 40 seconds is going to be to do the usual ways we might get through. And this is going to be, we have to work hard until things about to get going on to the deep end, because it's going to be a little bit hard to be able to get going faster. Okay, looks like this is going to get a little bit much closer up on that focus, because this is going to be able to have 10th place on my current position to get started for. Okay, watch it. Just gonna make sure not to make a full contact on it. Decreased SR might give a trouble effect. Okay, let's go and take that slipstream up, and then this one might go higher and better. Because I hope that this is going to be quite very excellent, that this is going to be given a good chance to be able to catch up on it. Alright, looks like 141 seconds is going to be getting a little bit usual in. Just going to have to take it nice and slow, and then just going to have to avoid getting caught up at the outside corner. Alright, so it looks like 4 minutes and 20 seconds left. This is going to be able to do it just fine. No need to have pit stops needed, because this is going to be quite everything worked hard to be able to get better and making a one good improved fast lap, that this is going to be able to take a little bit much more better race to go for. Well, maybe just gonna have to take a little spare time, that this is going to be able to have a tire change. Just gonna have to get a better fresh tires, and then this will might get everything worked up on it. So, good time to be able to have to go for the pit stop that this will might be needed for. Okay, looks like two of them is definitely coming in. Just gonna have to make sure this is gonna be able to have to take a few other turns until this one might go better. Alright, this is gonna be able to have to take a little precision check that this is gonna be able to get in for. Looks like 11th place is gonna be where I'm stopping at, and this is going to be Clark coming in for. Just going to have to go and make the pit stop, and then this is going to be giving a one good moment. Let's go and grab that racing hard tires, and this will might be giving a good way. Well, I hope I just want to make sure no need to have gas refuel, so this is going to be might needed. Alright, fresh tires, time to get back on the run. So I hope that this is going to be able to take one lap for giving the use, so still got enough time. So here we go, let's take that run, and then this is going to be able to take a lot more chances to get better. So I hope that this is going to be a one good fierce battle between Chevrolet and Porsche on round one of the manufacturer series. Is going to be quite very excellent. Just like the Group 4 understeer cars from the daily race from last week. So it's going to be quite very excellent. So this time, this is going to be a tough battle, that this is going to be quite very excellent to race on Interlagos. So it's going to be quite very roughly on it, so it's going to be able to take a little bit much more careful to be very cautious as possible. Well, just going to have to say for it, but penalty occurs. That's how it happens. Don't get rough, and try to make sure this is going to get very better to do it. Okay, just want to make things to be reasonable for it, because this is going to get everything pretty worked hard. Alright, so looks like a minute left, let's go for it. So, looks like this is going to be able to take the fifth lap, we might get a good chance to do it. So, I hope that this is going to be able to have to get a good, excellent race for only 9 laps of this challenge. So it's going to be able to take a little possible ways to be forced to slow down onto the penalty lane. So we'll make sure we'll have to be very much careful. Just going to have to use the left lane, that could be safer. Okay, still got enough time. This is going to be, we have to make it through until this one might get everything going until, oh man. Well, pretty lucky guess. That could be able to end up on 14th place. So, yeah, that could be quite very hard to be able to stay on it, because the penalty might get everything occur whenever there's a mistake happen. So, good thing that the rules and regulation settings is definitely might be quite setting up on it. So, looks like I respect for the opportunity. So, we'll make sure we'll have to be very much careful to avoid the penalty. So, that could be quite very much often to be able to stay on it. So, looks like time remaining left to go, and this is going to be it. Because I hope that this is going to be a pretty good first start of the manufactured series after we've taken a lot of good time to take a lot of practice for the pre-season. So this time it's going to be the official seal for this challenge, so this one might get better. Alright, so looks like this is gonna get everything ready up and go. So looks like this is gonna be able to have a 1 second penalty occur that this might come happen for it. So it may be able to have possible to be moved on into 16th place. So, well, I can probably go for that because this is going to be able to take a lot of hard work to do a lot more practice. So, looks like this is going to be able to take a lot of more running time around on the track. So, looks like going to have to let 2 drivers to take it in. But only 1 more remains, and this will might get everything settled to be able to get ready to get started for this race. But this time, this will might get everything official, and then the nick of time for our qualifying complete. This is going to be quite very excellent to get started. The results have been confirmed. This is going to get very started to be able to get everything going on. Now, looks like this is going to be quite very good to have the number of points to be getting ready to get settled. So this will might be able to get ready, that this will might be able to have a lot of recommends for only use. Ford thinks on this course, well, Ford might be able to have to work hard to get better. So don't worry, Clicker Snapper. Just try to have a good practice. So we'll make sure you might need it after this race because this is going to be able to take a lot of hard work. So let's have a clean race, everybody. Just get everything going. So we'll make sure this is going to be able to have to get everything started. So here we go. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1. Cue the cutscene. Welcome to round 1 of the FIA GP Championship of the Manufacturer Series 2019. So let's go and get started for the drivers to be prepared. So let's go for it. First up is Cooper 907 with a Jaguar F-Type Group 4 with a Mountain Dew livery. Second place is Cocaine 305 with a BMW M4 Group 4. Third place is HP Herman with a Renault Sport Magni Group 4. Fourth place is Hetrick Racer with a Porsche Cayman GT4 Club Sport. Fifth place is TRB Dr. Troll Grand with a Corvette C7 Group 4. A Gummy Ice Cube with a Mazda Intensa Group 4. Seventh place is GTTC Fake with a Hankook BMW M4 livery. Eighth place is Rider on the Storm with an Aston Martin V8 Vantage. Ninth place is NG Chit Tat 2995 for the Lexus RCF. 10th place is Bowser Runner with the enemy library on the Ferrari 450A Italia. 11th place is WM Tottenham with the BMW M4. 12th place is Cyrusly 1 with the Porsche Cayman GT4 Club Sport. 13th place is Lyle Reels with the Chevy Corvette C7 Group 4. 14th place is King Sip with the Porsche Cayman GT4 Club Sport. 15th place is myself with the N-Sport Tech Library Corvette C7. 16th place is Babalusin 27 with a Chevy Corvette Group 4. 17th place is OT Denny GT with a Mercedes SLS AMG. 18th place is Clicker Snapper 01 with a Ford Mustang Group 4. 18 drivers joining in, and this is going to be a first round of the Manufacturer Series 2019. It's going to be taking first round on the Brazilian racetrack in Interlagos. So, we also might need to have a first thing settled. This will might get a good clean race, that this will might get everything perfect. So here we go. Let's get this race started for one good moment to start for the beginning. And looks like Wild Wheelers is definitely slowed down. It looks like this is definitely turns out to be the ending unexpected for it. No matter that this is going to be a great moment, but it seems to be ending up in last place. No idea how Wild Wheels definitely wants to go last, but nothing else happened for it. But we just doesn't want to be mad right now because this is going to be able to have a good race for it. Alright, so looks like this is going to be able to take the tough turn, and looks like this is going to be a tough colliding, that this is going to be quite very rough on the collision for it. Looks like this is going to be quite giving a hard moment to see it, but this is going to be quite very roughly to avoid the penalty, that this might be able to be very exercise caution. Now, looks like this is going to be quite coming in for it, because all the other racers are now definitely might be climbing up to take the struggle, who might get through. Because this is all about taking the best moment to be able to come to see, and this is going to be able to take it nice and steady for this race, that this is going to get very challenging to give the moment to spare. Now everybody is definitely might be able to keep up on the rush, because few other Chevys and Porsche are still definitely might be getting a little bit tied up to stay on the first. Is definitely giving a one good fierce rivalry racing, that this is going to be quite coming up on it. Trooper 907 is in first place, to giving a good head start of the race, followed by Cocaine 305 in second place, and HP Herman in third place. This is going to be quite getting very excellent for getting a good fresh start by using Q4 for this race. Now, looks like onto the 9th place is going to be giving the good for it. Ryder on the Storm is going to be forced to slow down on the penalty line. Very good job, Ryder on the Storm. Slow down and use it on the left lane, that this is going to be safer. Now, looks like this is going to be quite coming closer for it. Second lap is about to get very much further through. We might get a little bit pushed off on it. Looks like this is going to get a little bit much more careful to be able to stay on a very caution lane on the inside. That could be much safer to do it. Always gets possible to be able to stay close, and this is going to be able to stay on the partial throttle. It might get easier and safer to be able to get a better chances to be able to get a good gap distance to push through. By only 8 seconds, it's going to be going a little bit further. Now on to the 9 seconds will be increased to be able to go a little up ahead. Now it's going to be quite coming closer for it. King Sip is about to get everything worked up on it, because still got a lot of slipstream horsepower to be able to keep catching up on. Postman is definitely might be coming closer for it. And this is going to be able to take a lot of progress to get in for. It looks like HP Herman is in second place. He just definitely might be coming in for it. And it looks like that was a pretty safe, close call for me. It looks like King Sip avoided. That could be quite very good to be able to have the best ways to be able to keep up the speed, and dodging it on the tougher corner on the first part of the turn is going to be quite very slightly difficult to avoid it. Now, looks like this is going to be quite getting excellent to be able to get closer for it. And looks like Yellow Flag just called in for it, and looks like Hectic Racer is definitely got spun up on it. Just going to be able to make sure this is going to be quite coming simple to do it, and this is going to get pretty toughened up on it. And this race is going to be quite getting the good start to have this for the moment. Because looks like it's GFHF, means good luck and have fun. And the second message, KORST, means keep on racing, stay cool. But, well, maybe it might be able to have it come up better to be able to get everything going. Now, looks like this is going to be able to take a little roughly turn on it. Looks like A Gummy Gang Cube is on 9th place, and this is going to be able to keep stepping up until this is going to be able to keep going a little bit stronger to be able to take the struggle for it. Now it's going to be able to take a few other chances to be able to stay on it. Looks like Rider on the Storm took the fastest lap on the minute and 40 seconds. Is going to be quite very difficult to do it. So other racers might get everything worked up on the chance, because this is going to get very difficult to take the one top hot lap for reaching up a current goal. A minute and 40 seconds is definitely the call. Will might get a good improved fast lap to do just fine it was. And this is going to takes a lot of hard work to keep up on this race. Now, this is going to be quite slightly on the turn, and this is going to be take a lot of more progress to go on the way. And it looks like this is going to get very much closer to be able to avoid the outside of the turn. It is going to be quite coming in for it, because this is going to be able to take a lot of more caution. King Sip is about to get very closer to be able to keep up on it. A Gummy Cube is, oh, that was a pretty good safe call for it, but this is going to be quite coming in for it. Now, this is going to be quite coming in for 3 current drivers on 8th to 10th place. Is going to be quite challenging up on it. Just going to make sure this is going to be able to give the good footage on it, because this is going to get everything going possible. Now, looks like it's going to have to going in to overtake King Sip. Is going to get very much closer to stay on it, because this is going to be a one tough battle between Chevy and Porsche. It's going to be quite coming in for it. Now, looks like the 5th lap is going to be quite coming in, and this is going to be giving a little bit tied up on it, because this is going to be able to keep coming in on the hillside turn. And it looks like this is going to get very roughly, that this is going to be a one good close epic struggle that this is going to be going on for. King Sip is back on 10th place to be able to catch up on 2 other drivers. Is going to be quite coming in for. Now, looks like this is going to be quite coming in to make it good through, and looks like King Sip tries to save it. Just going to have to keep it up and then make it good inside of the scene. Now, looks like on the 10th place is going to be quite coming in to do it, because this is going to be quite very excellent to be able to take a good few other chances to be able to have a lot of hard turns to get better, because this race is going to be one good way to get through, and this is going to be able to take a lot of focus to keep up on the pace, because this is going to be quite very excellent to be able to do a little bit worked up on the pace, and this is going to get very lucky to do it. Now, looks like going in to make one braking attempted turn, and this is going to be quite very exercisable to be able to keep up on it. King Sip is still trying to catch up to put himself back in 10th place. Is going to be quite very closer to do it, because this race takes a lot of struggle to keep up the pace, and this is going to be quite very closer to do it. Now, looks like it's only down for 3 laps remaining, and this is going to be quite very closer up on it, and this is going to be given a good edge to do it, and this is going to get very closer to do it. But wait, looks like King Sip is about to get closer up and then giving a one good straighten up to take an overtake. He did. Now he just definitely put himself back in 10th place. This is going to be quite very excellent, and this is going to be quite brilliant. Now, looks like this is definitely a one tough fierce rival over there, because this might get closer and gets better, and this is going to be quite very excellent and giving the safe call, and this might get everything going. He takes the inside, and this is going to be quite going in directly to give a good chance. And now this is going to be able to take a lot of U-turns, that this is going to be able to do it. But other racers still might have a chance to be able to keep up, to work hard on this race, but this might give a good spare time to do it. Now, let's check back on the top 3 on the racing grid on it, so it's going to be doing a lot more better for it. Trooper 907 is still doing well for this race. He can still take it, but this is going to be able to have to take a lot of more chances to be able to keep up on the winning goal. His driver rating will be increased awaits him, and this is going to get a little bit better to do it. Now, looks like this is going to get a little bit tied up on the struggle, that this is going to get very much closer to do it. And then this is going to be quite getting a little bit excellent to be able to check the course map on it. And this is going to be able to take a little bit few other effect that this is going to be able to have the SR will also stay the same. Now, looks like this is going to be giving a little bit letting on the apex, because looks like staying on the 10th place means a lot of tied up contestant leads to do the same, because this is going to get a little bit trickier to be able to stay closer, but it takes a lot of hard work to keep gaining up the gap, but it's going to be taking a little bit hard from behind. It's going to be able to do it, but it gets complicated, and it also gets a lot of better ways to be able to stay careful to do it. Now, looks like this is going to get a little bit much more ways to stay on it. This is going to be quite coming closer for it. Now, one driver just left the race, and this is going to be down to 17 drivers standing. And this is going to be quite going in to get a little bit closer to do it. Because it looks like this is going to be able to take a little bit possible ways to be able to going into the pit stop, because no one else been going into commencing entry to get in for, because this race is going to be able to stay on it. Eighth lap is going to be closer, only one more to go, because this is going to get very roughly that this is going to be able to stay on the grip. King Sip is separately might get closer, because looks like this is going to be quite very tied up on the battle. It's going to be quite coming closer to the territory. And looks like MM's Humphrey and a Gummy Ice Cube is still tied up on the struggle, and this definitely might be going in the same position as me and King Sip as well. This is going to be quite a little bit tied up on it. Nothing else has a mistake, but this is going to be a one good strong battle that this is going to be quite coming to happen. Now, looks like this is going to be able to take on the double hairpin corner, because this is going to get very closer, and it looks like Gummy Ice Cube just received a penalty, so he'll be able to have to force his way to slow down in the next lap. Now, this is going to get very closer to do it, because this is going to get pretty much giving one last stand to do it, and this is going to be quite giving the excitement to be able to get in for. Now, looks like this is going to be quite very good to be able to have one chances to be able to going into the pit stop as possible. Other racers are still keep on going, because nothing else cannot go to the pit stop to going in and take a little bit possible to get through, but this is going to be an excellent race without a pit stop needed. Now, looks like here comes the final lap of this race, and then this is it. This is going to get very good closer to do it. So, looks like finally overtaken on a Gummy Ice Cube. Now, looks like going on in 9th place is going to be quite brilliant. And this is going to be able to take one good chance that this is going to be able to stay on it. Every driver's fuel is about to be running out of gas soon, so it's going to be able to do a little bit quicker, and oh man, that could be a possible warning that this is going to be going underway. Good thing that that was a nice save and a penalty occur. Well, good thing that this is going to be quite giving a little bit one thing for sure. Try not to bump anything or cutting up the track. That could be a harsh thing that this is going to be able to avoid it as possible. Now, looks like this is going to be giving a good way to go for. Looks like Trooper 907 is taking the final stretch. and this is going to get very good possible ways to get through, and this is going to be his winning spot for round 1 of the Manufacturer Series 2019, and he is going to win. He is going to win, folks, and he is going to do it. And now he finally made it on the checker flag. He did it in first place, followed by HB Hernan in second, followed by Cocaine in third. And looks like this is going to be quite very excellent that everybody is going to proceed to the finish line as possible. But other slow cars has definitely left remaining to be forced to be decelerated by running out of gas. But looks like that was a very excellent race for today. We did very good, so that considers to be ending up in 10th place. Well, I hope that the penalty is quite very slightly difficult, but very good race and a tougher one that we might be always to be careful that we might be able to get better. But it is quite very cool that this is going to be a very good start of the race, that this will might get better. So we'll make sure we'll have to be very careful when using the Group 4 race. We just really want to avoid the mistakes to receive a penalty. So that could be better. So looks like that considers to have a 10th place, so this is going to be quite giving a good best ring on the best season for it. Now let's just give a good result to see it, and then, well, giving a little bit increase on the driver rating, but looks like I'm still on the driver rating B, folks, but this is a very good race for today, so we did the best we can, and giving the best effort that we might be able to keep up on it. Now, looks like that was a pretty good race for today, you guys. So, looks like that considers to be able to congratulate Trooper 907. He did a good job for this race, and now that was a very good improved SR. Has definitely might get better to increase the driver rating. That was a very good race, and that was a very good challenging race to be able to get better. So, I hope that this is going to be quite very good for it. So, we did the best we can, but we'll make sure this is going to be able to have to take a lot more better to be able to stay focused. So, very good job for the top 3 drivers who did very good job for this race, and this is going to be quite very good to be able to get everything started. Well, of course, King Sip, that was a close, tight race. That was a very good momentarily for having a good, excellent race to be able to keep up on the struggle, but that was a very good one. So, can't believe it, that was close, but this is going to be quite very excellent to be able to do it. So, it's going to be quite very excellent that this is going to be a very good moment for it. So, just going to have to say, we did what we can. A very good race. Yep. I hope that this is going to be a pretty good, excellent race for today. So, looks like round 1 is definitely quite officially well done for it. So this is going to be quite very good to having a one good talk or having a good chat, that this is going to be quite good for it. Now, this is going to be giving a good, excellent race, that this is going to be good. Good race, King Sip. We did the best. We keep everything we got. So, I hope this session will be ending soon. So, looks like this is going to be quite excellent for round 1 of the 2019 series of the Manufacturer Series. So, this is going to be able to have the championship schedule. So, this will might be able to have round 10 to be able to get everything ready to be concluded. So, there will be more anytime soon. So, we might be able to have to get ready for anything. So, this is going to be able to have round 2 for Wednesday. So, I hope that this is going to be able to have everything that we might get ready. So, well, I'll just have to make sure I'll be there by Wednesday, so it's going to be able to take a while. So just gonna have to make sure this is going to be able to get everything ready for the next round. So we just really don't want to miss out for the fun, because it's going to be quite very challenging to be able to have other things to do. So we'll make sure we'll have to do a lot more practice for the next round, so we'll get better, and then this will might get everything ready to be able to do the best we can. Alright folks, glad that you really enjoyed this race. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for reaching up a 100 subscriber goal. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and bell for notification uploads if you like, and the links in the description down below if you want to see more if you're interested. I'll be seeing you guys next time on round 2 of the Manufacturers Series on Gran Turismo Sport, and I'll see you guys later. Keep on racing, stay cool.